Previously on the Blockbuster Buster.
Me out. In a world of uncertainty, where movie theaters are plagued by remakes and sequels, in a world where big budget movies can still suck, in this world we have the Blockbuster Buster. I don't think so. I'm in control now. Greetings, drones. I'm Evilly, and I'm your reviewer. So, you think X-Men The Last Stand is bad? You think that the Fantastic Four movies are awful? Do you think that Batman the Brave and the Bold is the worst animated show that you've ever seen? You whimpering simpletons have no idea what came before. I'm talking about 13 pieces of media that are so reviled that viewers repress the memory of them after viewing them. I'm talking about 13 abominations that are as malevolent as they are obscure. And some are so bad that their creators hid them away never to be seen again. Sounds like my kind of entertainment. Let's begin. Number 13. The original Punisher movie. What better way to usher in the most hardcore comic book vigilante onto the silver screen than with a generic action movie, starring a cookie-cutter action star engaging in lackluster gun battles that make the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants look action-packed. Fuck the Thomas Jane Punisher with its deep character study, or Punisher Warzone with its memorable gore and violence. I want to see a random generic character that I can't even identify as the Punisher, as good old Dolph never wears the Punisher's trademark skull emblem on his chest. Hell, they could have just called this movie Killer Guy and nobody would have been the wiser. Number 12. Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation. Ah yes, the ever-popular Heroes in a Half Shell. After their popularity began to falter after the release of that wonderful third installment to their movie franchise, there was one last-ditch effort to revive their popularity. Oh, but not with an animated show. You silly bastard, that would have been ridiculous. Instead, they decided to take the live-action route. Some say that this show's downfall is the bad animatronics. I say that this was cost-effective, as the original creature shop that handled the animatronic effects for the movies, the Jim Henson Company, was probably too costly. And there was no way that the Jim Henson Company could handle a weekly series with heavy animatronic content and still maintain the same quality of work.
Honey, I'm home.
But I have even more good news, as this show excludes April O'Neil, Casey Jones, and all other human characters. Oh, thank God. After all, why would the Turtles want to interact with human beings unless they're kicking their asses? Which brings me to another bit of good news. If you're under the silly delusion that just because the show is called Ninja Turtles that it actually has martial arts in it, why would the Turtles need to use martial arts when they can use silly sneers and over-the-top Home Alone gags to stop their enemies? Doesn't that just make you want to go out and buy all the action figures? But this terrific turret of triumph doesn't end here, as they progressively decided to add a fifth turtle to the group, She-Turtle Venus de Milo. And what is her trademark Ninja Turtle weapon, you might ask? Feel-good Care Bear magic that she uses to cure the Shredder of his evil. God forbid somebody were to hand her an actual weapon. I mean, come on. A girl that can fight, next thing you're gonna tell me that they can vote. Don't be ridiculous. Number 11. Avengers United We Stand. After the immense popularity of the X-Men and the Spider-Man cartoon, the producers of the Marvel Toons decided to make an Avengers cartoon. But these benevolent barons of brilliance decided to take this show in an edgy new direction, as they decided to omit Captain America, Iron Man, and Thor from the team. Wait, you mean that the three characters that are the living nucleus of the Avengers are not in the show? That they reduced Cap and Iron Man to just a couple of cameos, and Thor never ever ever appeared? This is a level of brilliance that not even the likes of Brett Ratner has seen. Now, could this possibly get any more brilliant? Yes, it can! as they decided to incorporate Cap, Iron Man, and Thor to the opening sequence of the show, even though they're not in it! Now, some of you might want to say that this is misleading. I like to say that it's more like a well-baited hook. Now, a lot of you are probably thinking, now that we're swimming in the sea of awesomeness, this couldn't possibly get any more awesome. But it can! As this particular team of Avengers doesn't rely on their superpowers because they all have super armor! Could this possibly be an excuse to sell more toys? Nah. But wait, there's more. As the producers of this superb series tackle the main question in everybody's mind, who would lead the Avengers in the absence of Captain America? And the answer is so obvious I am embarrassed that I didn't think of it first. Cause the only superhero who is worthy to take Captain America's place as the leader of the Avengers is Ant-Man, of course! With the power to talk to ants. Man, if those supervillains have a picnic, they are fucked!
Number 10. The Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat cartoons.
Because the producers that own the rights to the most popular fighting games ever made felt that these two franchises were not humiliated enough on the big screen, they were kind enough to produce these lovely specimens of Saturday morning goodness. Both shows were released at the same time and they were shown on the same channel. Now get ready to watch your favorite violent fighting game characters team up like the Super Friends to stop the forces of evil, which are led by clones of every 80s cartoon villain ever created.
This is delicious!
Now, I don't know about you, but I'm ready to hear them spout off ridiculous catchphrases that they never said in the games.
Combat time!
It's such a shame that these shows were cancelled in less than a year because they were this close to producing their first spin-off.
Number 9. Generation X.
For those of you who think that the X-Men movies are horrific horse manure, I have found a film that fully encapsulates the spirit of the Children of the Atom, in the medium that they truly belong in, a made-for-TV movie. And once again, I know exactly what all of you are thinking. Wait a minute, Evil E, this is based on a spin-off book, not the actual X-Men. Oh, you silly little noodle nuts, that's what the filmmakers wanted you to think. You see, this group of merry mutants still live at Xavier's School for the Gifted. And where's Professor Xavier, you might ask? Who cares? He's not important, is he? Instead, the team is mentored by Banshee and Emma Frost, who is played by award-winning soap opera legend Finola Hughes. Oh, come on, guys, was Jessica Alba unavailable? But it's okay, the movie makes up for this miscast as it treats us with the only actual X-Men present in the movie. Jubilee! You know, everybody's favorite character from the animated show!
Where you going, Petite?
Anywhere but here.
Oh, and don't worry about this movie bringing you down with the X-Men's unpleasant and depressing subplot of fighting against prejudice and oppression. Nope, instead our heroes are trying to stop Matt Frewer from putting subliminal messages in your dreams. Some even say that there are subliminal messages in this film to convince you that it is an actual X-Men movie.
Right. I can melt glass and see through pantyhose.
I didn't notice any. Excuse me. Wolverine t-shirt, adult, small. Got it!
Number 8. The Doctor Strange movie.
2 made-for-TV movies in a row? This list is gonna spoil me rotten. Marvel Comics efficiently threw its hat into the realm of live-action movies with a fantasy extravaganza that featured the best special effects that money could buy. In the 70s? Groovy, baby! Cause nothing says Doctor Strange like a white man with an afro fighting poorly lit demons on a papier-mâché set. And fuck Steve Ditko's original Doctor Strange design. Are you guys ready to see Doctor Strange's real costume? Yes, yes! Now that is what the Sorcerer Supreme of the Marvel Universe should look like an extra from Spamalot. Oh, and by the way, this is one of those wonderful films that has no ending. It just stops. And for those of you who hate it when movies do this, all I have to say is